Back again, views from the chair
Girls are bad at
podcast.
flirting anyway.
You said what?
I think girls are bad at flirting for the most part, though. Like most girls you meet aren't the best at flirting.
Uh, I tend to disagree.
And like, or maybe I'm bad at flirting.
I think they're.
Shit, that could be it.
I
That could
think
be
that's
it.
they're just way better at it, and I think they do that shit naturally. Honestly, I think they do that shit without trying.
Yeah, I'm easily,
I would say yeah.
I'm easily rattled.
Yeah, I can see you was shaking when you was hitting the hookah when you
Yeah,
said that shit.
I'm easily rattled, man. I get rattled pretty easily. Like I'm not good at flirting until like my eighth flirt. Like it takes me a little while to warm up, and then once I hit my John, then I'm good. But it takes a while. You know, I really ease into it. I baby step into it.
Yeah, I think once I catch a flirt because they normally do it first, and then once I catch one, it's over.
I'm the worst at reading flirts. The worst. Absolutely. It's so hard to read. It's not though, but
It's
it
not.
is.
It's not. Only if you overthink the shit.
It's so tough though, because sometimes you be like, yo, do they really mean that? Or is that just being friendly? And then you like, well, how many times are they just being friendly to be friendly too though? And it's like not a lot.
That's a good question. I think the line between being friendly and flirting is very thin.
Yeah, because like that like the other shit is like girls are friendly too. Some like it is some friendly ass girls as well though.
Yeah.
So it's
and
tough.
You can mistake the friendliness for flirting.
And if you do that, that's a bad misread. You know, that's a tough misread.
That's a horrible misread. They gotta be like a concrete for you to be like, all right.
You ever misread a misread or fucking like
that? I have misread a flirt before. Like, oh, my bad.
100%. That's the worst, dog. The absolute worst. Oh my god.
You look like a dickhead. Like, damn, I'm just being nice. Oh shit. All right.
I'm 31 years old, still scared to death of misreading a flirt.
That's funny. I think a lot of guys struggle with that one right there.
Because nobody wants to be the creepy flirty boy either.
Nah, because then, I mean, how do you even talk to the girl again? Or you think they're so used to it that they be like, all right, whatever. Just keep it moving.
Also, like, I think, like, it depends on how, like, the girl's perception of you is, too. Like, if you misread a flirt and, like, they still think you're nice and cool and whatnot, it won't be a big deal. But if you misread it and they think you're kind of creepy, then it's like you just don't talk to them again.
Yeah. I would hope I never came off as the creep. That would suck.
Yeah, I don't think I give off creepy vibes.
Nah. I think I'm too quiet to give off creepy vibes.
I'm too passive to give off creepy vibes. There's nothing worse than having that rep, though. Like, sometimes some motherfuckers would say something like, you ever have a friend be like, put me on? And you try and put him on, and the girls be like, nah, he's creepy, dog.
I haven't had that one, but I can see it happening.
There's two of my friends like that like, multiple girls be like, nah, he's too creepy.
Yeah, it's a fine line of being persistent and creepy. Don't be the creepy guy, fellas.
Don't be the creepy guy. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Nah.
All right, man. What do you want to start with?
How was the weekend, man? What you get into?
It was good. What did I do Friday? I knew you were coming up Saturday, so I did a test run on Friday. Bounced around downtown, had a late night. I got in like 3. It was a lot of drinking. Saturday, you guys all came up. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of drinking again. Seemed like a fucking tornado was gonna hit us for a little bit there. I was a little nerve-wracked.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. He said it was pretty bad in Delaware.
Was it?
Yeah, as far as the rain and the wind. I don't think a tornado came through though.
Yeah, so that was fun. Bounced around, did the back-to-back in the first time forever. And then Sunday, I thought I was going to have like a day off. And then I ended up doing a back-to-back-to-back. And surprisingly, I think it's my hydration level. I didn't feel awful on Monday. Got up, went to work. It was a good weekend overall.
Nice, man. Shit, basically had the same weekend as you. From Saturday to Sunday. Saturday, went out with the friends, celebrated their birthday, bar hop, had a blast. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Pre-Achilles tear?
For you, it's had to be, yeah.
Yeah, pre-Achilles tear before it's been a go out and drink night.
Damn, has it been that long?
It had to be.
Yeah, maybe even longer. That's crazy to
No,
me.
because we had just went out, I think 2 weeks before then. And I was like, all right, birthday coming up, gotta hit this New York trip.
Yeah, you're right.
Then I hear the knock and the Achilles is gone.
Yeah, you are right. You are
Yeah.
right. The funny thing
Yeah.
about the weekend was, well, you can finish your recap first.
Nah, yeah, Sunday. Sunday was cool, had a game. We lost, a heartbreaker. Um, Good game nevertheless. Then celebrated the birthday again with the fam. Fam and friends. It was a good time. Watched the Natty. We'll get into that a little.
Yeah, it was a good game.
But yeah, good weekend for me.
Dude, I always like to, like, when I walk into a house full of crowd, like a bunch of people, even though if I know them all, I always like to ease into it a little bit.
Mhm.
So luckily, like, all your cousins, little cousins, were outside playing football, and I was like, oh, let me go throw the ball around with the boys, like
Yeah.
get to know the kids. I haven't talked to your ladies' kid yet, so I like, yeah, let me get this bond in because he's gonna be around for a while.
Mhm.
I go chop it up with them, dog, and I'm like, yeah, all time QB, they all play football. Like, we'll play 2-on-2, and I thought it was gonna be like a fun, like, them little motherfuckers was intense, dog.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
They was
yeah.
playing to win, bro. Like, they was playing to, and when I was missing throws, it was hot.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
hot. Like, yo, you got to throw. I'm trying to spread the love, like, give it there. Like, everybody get a John. They're like, yo, I'm open. You got to hit me, dog. You got to hit me.
That's the funniest shit, coaching that age group, because all those kids are the same age as the kids I coach. And they don't care about, they do care about getting the ball, but at the end of the day, they want to win the game. And I think as my first time coaching, it's hard, even like kids you close to, you might have to bypass them a couple times. Like,
Gotcha.
nah, you can't get the ball this time. We need to win the game. So I think that's probably the funniest / most hard / awkward part of coaching is like, this shit is to win because these kids want to win just as bad as the adults.
Dude, Kyle's brother's a savage.
Yeah,
The oldest one's a savage.
yeah.
I keep getting confused. That's Andre's kids, right? Gabe and
Nah, Gabe and Ike is Sansory's kids.
Sansary's kids.
Yep.
Gabe's a savage,
Yep,
and Major's a savage.
yep.
So Gabe wasn't playing around, and he was nice. I didn't know he was gonna be nice. He was nasty. So he's, yo, it's coming to me. Don't even look at little bro.
Right.
We got this. Like getting a chip.
Right.
So they get 2 early ones back to back. Major, I think he's on the John Knowledge, and he's like, yo, like, look, man, like, he goes up to that, was he the Ike or Knowledge? He goes, yo, pass it to him this time. So he goes up to the kid, he's like, run over there. And he comes at me, pulls me down, he goes, pump fake to him, and then throw it to me.
Come on, man. Advance. It's worth it in the game.
It's like, yo, you little savage dog. That shit worked, though. That shit worked. Though. No, little kids is crazy, dog. No, but that was fun. And then after I got done that, I transitioned to going down to your basement to where all the fellas were downstairs for the first time in my life watching a ladies basketball game. When have you ever seen that?
Never in my life. That was probably the most well, not probably. It was the most watched women's basketball game of all time.
Of all time.
9.9 million viewers tuned in, and I don't think anybody. I was trying to get you to come downstairs for the whole first half. You was having a ball outside with the kids.
That was a good game outside.
I don't think you realized what was happening. But I'm like, bro, this game crazy. You out there running around like Mike Vick trying to find an open player and shit. Like, this game getting a little wild. But
I did not realize what was happening.
Yeah, that shit from start to finish was insane. Probably the best basketball game period I watched all year so far.
Yeah, it was electric.
Yeah.
Now that shit was crazy because I really walked downstairs and you go down and like, yo, it's me, you, Kyle, A, Aaron, Wayne, Mike, and an older fella I didn't know.
And Kyle's little brother.
Yeah, Kyle's little brother. It's literally 9 guys down, locked into this
Locked
game.
in.
Like locked in, like rooting interest, like people are cheering against the other teams, cheering for their team, like really like not even on my phone, like, yo, what the fuck is going on here,
There's
dog?
no
Like,
reason to be on the phone in that moment.
and it was electric because like the coach had personality, like the players, the Caitlin Clark girl, like she's fun to watch. I've only saw her highlights. Like she moves like a guy.
Yep.
Like she moves like a real like guy guard. Angel Reese is dominant because her size. Like she doesn't have the best moves, but she's aggressive, and she plays like a fella. Like she doesn't have the footwork and whatnot, but she plays aggressive. Like, and the point guard on the team too, that I had to read up on afterwards. That was her 5th fucking college in like 4 years. And she was aggressive as a motherfucker too. And then they had the America's Got Talent rapper on there.
Yep.
What the fuck? Yo, how good can you be at shit? This girl was on America's Got Talent, Golden Buzzer, signed to Rock Nation.
She was also on Jermaine Dupri's show, if I'm not mistaken.
And she's nasty. I was listening to her raps.
Yeah, she's hard. She's hard. She's hard.
And she's not no like city girl rap. She raps. Like she raps.
It was crazy to see that. It was crazy to see that. Great game.
Good game.
I think let's get to the backlash.
Well, first, like I think the style of play says a lot of like how entertaining that game was, even though it wasn't close.
But it was.
But it wasn't.
Because they was up 17. Game was close first half.
I was saying, I watched the second half only, and it was electric. And I think the closest it got in the second half was what, 9 points?
Like 9 or 7. It got a little crazy. But the first half, it was actually wild because in the beginning, Angel and Caitlin was going back and forth, basically bucket for bucket. Then the refs was on bullshit on both sides the whole game, but especially the first half. Angel got in foul trouble, and Iowa's big got in foul trouble. And it was wild because that's when the sub came in with the blonde hair and started hitting all the fucking threes. And I wish you seen how we acted when she hit the one at the end of the half because we all just screamed and walked upstairs and ate. It was like wild shit.
Yeah, I never seen. I think I saw that she had 21 points in the first half and she had 5 points in the first 4 games combined.
She was averaging. She had 11 all tournament, and she was averaging like 2.2 for the tournament.
That's crazy.
Puts 21 up in the first half.
That's crazy.
Insane.
Angel's kind of bad too.
Angel is marketing herself into stardom.
I love confidence.
She marketed herself into stardom. We all know Angel Reese because of her game and how she markets herself, which is kind of crazy to see that. I guess you call them the YouTube era kids, even though I don't think she's a YouTuber, but they just know how to market themselves. You see high school kids with thousands of followers just because of they know how to market themselves, and that's just the thing to do nowadays. We wasn't really on that, like, oh.
Do you know the backstory? Why did she transfer from Maryland? I couldn't find that.
I think the second year she broke her foot.
For sure.
When she wanted to win a natty, and I guess she felt like she couldn't do it in Maryland.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep, just a little change of scenery.
Fair enough. All right, so let's get to the backlash. End of the game, 30 seconds left, 40 seconds left. They're up 12, 13 games over. Angel Reese is at in her spot on the foul, John, on the box out, and she looks at Caitlin Clark, does the Tony Yayo, points at the ring. Then the game ends, and she walks down to John, and she does it again. You can't see me, points at the ring, does it for like 10 seconds, and walks off. And in the moment, I think you, AJ, and Mike were all like, yeah, talk that shit.
Right.
Me and Wayne were kind of like, that's bad taste. But that was the extent of the thought process. Like, it wasn't like,
right.
Shit, this is going to be the biggest talking point.
Nobody thought that.
Nonstop.
Nobody thought that.
Did not think that at all. Like, I was thinking, like, not something I would do. Probably wouldn't want my players to do it. But, like, some people talk shit like that. Some people, like, go over that. You want to get your shit off? Because I'm going to do a tangent, too.
Not really. I feel like that's what markets a game. Like I just said, she know how to market herself, and what she did is gonna make us watch her next year, and
Yep.
we're gonna watch Caitlyn again next year because now it's like we see. I think sports underrated thing about sports is rivalries. We don't care about a sport unless it really has a rivalry. Um, we want to see Jordan versus the Jazz. We want to see Magic versus Bird. We want to see Kobe versus LeBron. Kobe or LeBron versus Steph. We want to see Embiid versus Jokic. The trash talk builds a rivalry, and not only is that going to make next year's college season fire, it's going to make it when they both go to the WNBA more fire. The same way when Magic and Bird played in college, had a rivalry. America at the time pit them two against each other. Whether you want to say it or not, it was black versus white. In this case, it looked like the same thing when you look at social media, black versus white. And what it did for the NBA, that's when the NBA took off, when the 80s, Magic and Bird. So if Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark can take the mantle of women's sports and women's basketball in particular, but propel it to the next level that, we watching every time them two play because we seen them battle in college. And I believe Caitlyn got to come back, right?
I think she is coming back. I don't know if she has to.
Yeah, and if she comes back and they meet up again, we seen 9.9 million people tune in for that game. You don't think they're gonna hype that shit up? We gonna watch that shit.
Oh, it's a regular season. If they match up, everybody's locked in. Like
Everybody's watching it, and they could put that game on a primetime night. Like nobody cared about nothing else other than that national championship game, which was actually crazy because it was like, okay, it's a national championship, women's, but why are we all tuned in? I don't know. And then you watch the game and you're like, okay, well, this is why we tune in because this is actually good basketball. And I think it also surprised a lot of people that good basketball was being played. It wasn't the typical, because you can turn into a college men's or women's game and be like, I'm not watching this shit. Prime example is the men's national championship.
Didn't even watch it
for about 7 minutes. I was like, all right, I don't want to watch this.
I'm cool.
They could have ran the fucking women's game back because it was that fucking good a basketball game.
Crazy how quick this shit turned into a race thing.
Turned into a race real quick.
Turned into a race thing so fucking quick, man. So quick. And it's like, like it went into like a race thing very quickly, and then it went to like, oh, why is it a race thing? And it was like, this shit's stupid to me, like in general. Few points here. So did Angel go overboard? In my opinion, yes. Did she go overboard to warn enough people to like snap about, like be upset about it? No. Like, right. And the flip side of the shit is like, the Caitlyn girl was talking shit the whole tournament. Like she talked shit. She might not have followed her opponents afterwards the game to do it, but she did wave to John off. She did do the Tony Yayo. She did point her finger for the first 3-4 rounds. Like she talked shit. So if you open that energy and then something comes back, you can't say somebody did it too much.
Right.
If I punch you in the face and you curb stop me, I can't go, oh, you shouldn't have curb stopped me. I only punched you. I invited that by hitting you first.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say I overreacted if I invited a reaction by doing it. So I don't know how like everybody's like, oh, well, she didn't do it specifically to her. It don't fucking matter, Like people aren't mad when the bully gets beat up.
Right. Nobody is.
Nobody's mad when the bully gets beat up. You talk shit. Now you finally met somebody to bust your ass, and she's a bigger shit talker. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. That's what it happens. Like, oh, the fuck well. Oh, well. And to her credit, she came out and she handled it with class, and she said, like, they pretty much they bust my ass. They talk some shit. It is what it is. No reason people be mad at her. Flip side of this shit is the race shit is like, like I don't like, like motherfuckers. Oh, it's not. Why you guys making the race thing? Why you guys making it? I think Dave Portnoy came out and he called her a classless piece of shit, barstool guy. Or like Dave Portnoy, he's funny enough. Another dude, classless, fucking scumbag, so and so. There it is. Yeah, fucking piece of shit. See, Gillian Wallow came out and pretty much like did damage control before they caught the backlash for working with Dave Portnoy, which I thought was unnecessary because it's fake outrage. The the other shit with my white friends, man, like this is the shit when you guys start saying like, oh, why is it got to be a race thing? Why is it got? I'm sick of it being a race thing. It's not our place to say, yo, don't say it's a race thing.
Right.
It's not our place to say it. Like it sounds ridiculous when you're like, I'm just sick of it turning into a race thing. Like you can't do that now. It's just not like it's not fair to like me be like, oh, I hate that this is a race thing. I'm sick of talking about it. Blah blah. It's like, well, motherfuckers been sick of racism for the longest.
Right.
Like motherfuckers been sick of racism for the fucking longest. So like now that like, oh, like I wish they just stopped bringing it up. They wish motherfuckers would just stop doing shit.
And my question to them would be, how do you know it's not a race thing?
How can you generalize all these different comments and say it's not a race thing?
And obviously she's been repeating herself saying, she's been saying this before this game. I've been dealing with this all year. Y'all been calling me hood. Y'all been calling me ghetto. Y'all say I'm this. Y'all say I'm that. And to Angel's credit, I don't care because this is who I am and I'm going to stay this way. And just like I said before, as her marketing, it's master marketing. You're going to watch Angel Reese from now on. Why wouldn't you? Because guess what? There's going to be people cheering for her, and there's going to be people rooting against her. They're going to want to see her fail. It's going to be people that want to see her succeed. So, like I said, this is only going to take the game to the next level. And to the trash talking point, period, anybody that's ever played competitive sports, I don't give a fuck if you in the NBA are playing at a bullshit court, you talking trash the whole time. And me and you, heated arguments on the basketball court. 5 minutes later, we eating fucking pizza seasons. We don't care.
Yeah, 100% into that aspect. Like, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest trash talker. I guess it depends on, like, I can be. But if I'm playing against somebody that starts trash talking before I start trash talking, and I start giving them buckets, and then I bust their ass, you better believe I'm telling them to eat a dick after I hit the winner, dog.
Right.
That's the best feeling is when you get the fuck off the court, dog. Fuck off.
Or seeing them trash talk before you play them, and you like, oh, I can't wait to bust their ass. I can't wait.
There's nothing better than humbling somebody. Everybody loves to humble somebody, dog. It's just a thing. So like, Backlash was stupid. Did she do more than Caitlyn did, trash talking wise? Yes. Did Caitlyn start the trash talking so she invited the energy? Yes. Can you be mad if you start a fight and get beat up? No. It's a non-issue.
It's a different thing if Caitlin Clark was running around like she was Kawhi Leonard.
100%.
But that's not the case.
That would be way fucking different
if
she was just
completely. It's the innocent, not talking. I'm just playing. I'm just here to do my business. And that's I think that's the whole race thing is that they want to see Caitlyn a certain way, but even Caitlyn admittedly like, no, this is what I talk trash. Like this is what I do. Like I'm a hooper. I talk trash.
I talk shit.
And I think people it's funny to me when people try to, like I said, if she was Kawhi Leonard, cool, y'all can have all this outrage y'all want. Probably wouldn't have been as big of a deal. It would have been like, damn, she don't even say shit. Why are you talking to her? But if she's talking trash and she gets shitted on, granted she had 30 points, she did have 6 turnovers, but she had 30 points.
And like 9 assists. She had a good game.
Why wouldn't you talk trash to her? Why wouldn't you talk trash to her? And again, I don't think I can stress this enough. It makes the game better. Everybody is going to watch them again if they play again.
Locked in. I'm way more invested in the college basketball for girls than I am for guys, and I'm more invested than I've ever been. I'm locked in.
And do you think that's the detriment of men's college basketball is that they have the option to just leave after a year and the girls have to stay and play? And we get to grow with these characters because now it's like, okay, we see the girl from Louisville that talks trash. We're going to watch her again next year.
Well, here's the like kind of hypocrisy around the shit is we like controversy. Mm-hmm. And who was the most talked about player and probably the most watched games this year?
Caitlin Clark.
No, outside of that, for guys.
Who?
Brandon Miller.
Brandon Miller. So, like, I'd much rather watch somebody because they're talking shit than watch somebody because they were involved in some shit. Mm-hmm. So, like motherfuckers can be snobby and stick their noses up.
But we like this kind of shit. We like the storylines. We like the controversy. Like that's what people tune in for. We like drama. Everybody
And I
likes
think
drama.
that's the other part is they not saying nothing about Angel off the court. This is
No issue.
all on the court.
No issues.
The refs don't have a problem with it. The other opposing coaches ain't saying nothing about it. The
And then
refs ain't coming out
people
saying
like,
she.
oh, she was the fourth leading scorer on the game, blah blah.
She set a record for double doubles in the tournament. She won Player of the Year.
First team All American.
What else would we talk
And if you watch the second half, when they started coming back, they just dumped the ball down to that lady, and she got some buckets.
Yeah,
she got some buckets. Dog.
So
they
it's
dumped
like
it
she's
down there. She got
backing up
buckets.
everything she's saying.
So I complete non-issue to me, and kudos to Caitlin for coming out and being like, yo, she competed. That's what she's supposed to do. And also, not a shot. We should go to the White House. We lost.
That was
they need to have their moment
thing ever, because I think even that fueled some of the race thing as well, because I'm pretty sure we all know damn well if Iowa won that game, Joe Biden's not saying I'm inviting both teams to come because they played a great game.
100%.
I don't think nobody would have cared less if LSU won or LSU lost.
Yeah, and I get like, yo, if you do want to say it was classless or whatever, it's just kind of like, yo, just fucking like relax a little bit. You don't have to go through, like, I'm calling somebody a fucking idiot or a classless piece of shit. It is what it is. Who cares? And also, like, kudos to Angel as well, like, because she taking this shit in stride.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck y'all. Did what I did. Said what I said. Meant it.
And yeah, like you said, Wallow did do a little damage control, but I do like what he said. Like, we calling people pieces of shit over a basketball game.
Weird. It's weird.
Like,
weird.
Is it that serious, Dave Porter? Like,
That's
it's
weird.
a basketball game, but she's a fucking idiot. She's a piece of shit because she talked trash in a basketball game.
That's weird, man. You could say bad sportsmanship.
Trash because she did a "you can't see me" and pointed to her ring. I could see if she went up to her, cussed her out, said "you ain't shit." We bust like
there's literal fights in guys basketball.
2 gestures and she's a piece of shit.
They punch each other in guys basketball sometimes.
Right.
Literally punch each other. Like,
right. No,
Shaq and Barkley got in a rumble and they talk to each other every fucking week. So I don't get it. Not that deep.
And Larry Bird fist fought. Nobody called them.
I used to rumble all the time, dog. McMillan and them, they got in that big Denver, New York rumble. Fucking who was it? Chris Paul Rondo just stole Chris Paul, or come on, like shit happens all the time. What you talking about?
The double standard is crazy.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. Both the ladies handled it well. Good for them. Looking forward to watching some games next year now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess right off that, because Joe Biden did say maybe we should have them both over there. I was reading an article before we came on today, and it said North Carolina's in the process of passing a banning participation trophies for youth sports. Mm-hmm. Cool move, full move. What do we think?
I don't know why you have to go to the extent of banning it, but I've never been a fan of the participation trophy. I think it gives a false sense of accomplishment when you get a participation trophy. This isn't sports is something that you gotta work hard at. You kind of gotta be dedicated for it. You don't just get to. It's really no other level of sport other than kids sports where you play and you get a trophy regardless of how well you did.
Yeah,
I feel like a trophy should be a reward, but I also still think that that's weird. Because why would government care? That it's so much more to care about than make a law about participation trophies.
Fake outrage, fake shit. Like it is stupid though. Like participation trophies, I got them when I was younger. Don't get it wrong. Mm-hmm. But I can't just show up to school and get C's.
No.
I can't just show up to work and get paid the minimum wage.
No.
I can't do it. So like there should be some effort there. I do think it's weird that like the people that really hate participation trophies are the ones like our parents' generation, and they introduced participation trophies. Mm-hmm. Like they did it, and now they're mad at our generation for some reason. You guys made it up. Right. You guys made it up. Like that was on you. Like maybe overreacting or overcorrecting. But yeah, I mean that shit is stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
Every kid, like these kids, do be thinking they need to get something for everything they do now.
And I think it would be better. I think it's a better message if you keep that shit out, and a kid says, "Why don't I get a trophy?" Because you didn't win nothing. So how do I get a trophy? Oh, you gotta work harder to and win something to get a trophy.
I mean, even to that, like I said, we got them when I was younger, and nobody really gave a fuck about the participation trophies.
No, and
Because they're little Johns, they're like palm trophies, and then the champions have the big shits. Nobody wanted to walk away with the winter season palm Johns. Nobody gave a fuck about them shits.
no, and you get it, and you like, okay, it's a different excitement when you see the team that
He
win a
wasn't
championship.
putting that shit on the dresser.
No,
He wasn't putting that shit on the dresser, dog. He
no.
wasn't. You ain't even really want to put the runner up on.
When I left Virginia, I also left all my participation trophies. I brought back. I brought one or two, like like one of them MVP type of award trophies, and then I brought a championship summer league trophy home. I left the rest of them like, all right. Like if I had to pack everything, I don't need these other ones. Like these three would be fine for me.
I do remember I had one runner-up trophy, and it just had a dope spinny thing on it, and I put that shit up because it was
on my summer league Glasgow championship trophy.
Yeah, it's somewhere in my mom's.
In the first fucking game, but yeah,
yeah, that's somewhere in my mom's. I have that shit as well. That was a cool spinner one too, I think.
Yeah, I had the spinner on it. I got my fucking graduating tassel hanging from that shit.
I have no idea what my graduation tassel was actually. I don't know what my college shit is either. I don't know what my degree is. So I think about that. I think it's over there. Oh, I think it's over there. Yeah, but yeah. Who cares, right? We talked about it a little bit. Well, we could go into the Trump shit, or we could wait. I think you probably saw it today too with the Rich Homie versus Rowdy Witch. It seems like they pieced it up, but from that, Rich Homie was bitching because he said, I think it was off DJ Drama's song.
I think so, yeah.
He got took off of, that Rowdy Rich was on, and Wayne was on, and Gucci was on. He basically said he was on it, and he thought he killed the verse, and then he got word that Rowdy Rich told them to take him off.
Mm.
To which he said he'd put $10 million to Rowdy Rich's $1 million, that his catalog is better, which made me think. Because I know everybody right off the rip, motherfuckers is too young. And they was like, oh, not a shot. And I was like, maybe.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Maybe.
That's a tough one.
Maybe.
I think people forget. I don't even think people are too young. I think they just got to be reminded, like, nah, Rich Homie had a run out this motherfucker.
I saw him on Twitter and they said, what's he just going to play? Type Away 10 times?
Type Away? Not what? No.
Type Away?
Yeah, I don't even know if that's, yeah. He's playing that first or some shit.
Yeah, for sure. Right off the rip. Flex. Type Away. Walk through. Word I can't say.
My nigga.
Yeah. All of the Rich Gang Johns.
Lifestyle.
Which is like 3.
Mm-hmm.
Man of the Year.
Yep.
Like that is essentials right now. And he's got Ghetto with August Alsina used to be my shit.
Mm.
He's got some shit, man. And I don't know. Like, it might be a tough John for him, but like, outside of that first John that, what's his name, had, he doesn't have that many.
No, I mean, Roddy, that's what I said. Roddy might edge it out, but it's closer than what people would think.
Yeah, 100%.
If it was a 5-song joint, it might be tough for Roddy. But if we're doing 10 or 20, I think Roddy will eventually get a win. But yeah, people calling Rich Homie stupid or thinking he overreacting. He may have been overreacting to getting took off a verse because we all know if you listen to enough music, you'll hear leaked verses about shit that didn't make albums and shit. But people get took off of songs every day, B.
Every day, gang. That's the only thing I didn't like about it, buddy. It's even if he did, if it's not out, it's not a guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. It was definitely out of left field, but that's something you gotta get over. That's definitely something you gotta get over.
Agreed. Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, man, 34 indictments and arrested. No mugshot, no cuffs. How do we feel about the no mugshot, no cuffs for somebody that has, bless you, somebody that has 34 indictments on them?
See, I don't give a fuck about, like, this is the shit, like, where I would usually be like, man, it's bullshit. Like, they should have fucking cuffed him and they should have put the mugshot. I think that's more empowering to him than it is to not get the mugshot and get cuffed. I think that shit would be that if he did get the mugshot and get cuffed, I think his supporters would rally so fucking hard off that, and I think he would gain some fringe supporters that would be like, "Oh, they're out to get him because he's doing so good." Like people aren't that smart, man. They're not. They're not that smart, and like people are easily influenced on shit like this. And it's like, should he have got mugshot? Should he? I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Logic on what you're saying about people probably would have rallied around him and made it a bigger deal than what it is. Even though I feel like if you got 34 indictments, so like that's a big deal, and you should get treated just like everybody else. Get cuffed, get your mugshots, and you should have to post bail. Like you definitely getting special treatment, but do I really care? No.
From what I was reading, they gave him the option to have a virtual arraignment, and he turned it down.
That's interesting.
So he knows what he's doing.
That's interesting.
That's what I'm saying with the mugshot, and I think they know too. So like it's not. This is as weirdly as it sounds. Unless he gets charged on these or actually like convicted, this isn't a bad case scenario for him if he beats them all. It's not.
No, and I was listening to I think the Brilliant Idiots, and I think they had the same thing saying as far as this shit just going to empower his following even more. Like you said, oh, they are out to get him. This is how they do. How you going to do a president like this? They hate Trump. They just don't want him to run. So let's vote for him. It's going to do more good for Trump than it'll do bad for him. Because he's already painted as the bad guy of America, and if it's one thing we know about America, we love the bad guy for some things, not everything, but some things. America loves a villain.
I mean, like wherever you stand with Trump, you like his policy, you like his politics, you act like you like his policy, you act like you like his politics, you just like that he's brash, whatever it may be. Is if you watch him at all, you know he's a master manipulator, which is why he's a good salesman, which is why he's a good TV personality. And this whole thing where he keeps going and going, they're trying to get you. They're not trying to fuck me up. They're trying to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And I'm the target because they're trying to get you. Like, I'm going to fucking provoke the shit out of this. I'm fear mongering the fuck. They're coming after your rights, your freedom. I'm just the target in front of that because I'm trying to stop them. And I hate, like, when you manipulate, easily influence people, like, it's hard, like, because they're not trying to get us. They're trying to get him.
Right.
They're trying to get that motherfucker. They're trying to throw him under the fucking jail, bud. They are. And, like, is it politically influenced?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Did he do some illegal shit? Probably. Would they let it slide if he wasn't, like, in John? I don't know. Don't know. But, like, this is what happens when you burn a lot of bridges there. Like, same way, like, the mafia motherfuckers was basically saying, you can't get me. Eat a dick. And make sure they get you.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the motive is behind it, especially if you know he's probably going to get off, whether he beats the charges or not. I feel like we all know he's not going to go to jail. He's going to run again, which is kind of insane that's not a rule, that if you can't get a job if you got a felony, but you can run for president if you got a damn felony. So whether he gets convicted or not, he's still going to fucking run. So I think it just goes to show the hypocrisy of America at the same time. Like, we care about certain shit more than we care about the big shit, which is damn near everything. We care about Angel Reese pointing at her finger doing the Tony Yayo dance instead of fucking walking over homeless people, whatever it is. Same thing with this. We care about proving that Trump did something wrong, whether he has to face repercussions of going to jail or not. It's just, he did this. Let's try to get him. I think don't go after the motherfucker unless you got some concrete shit that's going to bury him. And this don't look like it's going to bury him. And he's not losing no sleep or following over this. If anything, he's going to gain more followers. I doubt there's one Trump supporter that was like, oh man, he gave Stormy Daniels hush money. I'm not voting for him. I don't see that happening at all.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it all. I do think like they must think they have some kind of some kind of idea that they think they're gonna get a conviction here. They must.
The fucking hell, man.
They
This shit
must.
ain't going nowhere.
They must. I'm over the Trump talk though. All right, what else you got?
Teacher suing for 40 mil. The one that got shot by the student. Uh,
You know what?
Rightfully so.
You know what I didn't realize with that?
What?
Nobody got charged in that.
No, what was he? 9 or 6? Some
He
weird
was
shit like
sick.
that.
Yeah, he was sick. I thought like obviously you can't really do nothing with the 6-year-old, but like I thought maybe like the parents, child neglect.
But I mean, I'm back and forth on this, so I don't know if it was us talking about it or I heard it somewhere. But somebody was saying that the parents should get charged for somebody shooting up a school, or parents should get charged if their child kills somebody with a gun that they own. At the same time, it's like you can't control what your kids do. You can
There,
hide a gun
there
anywhere in
shouldn't
the
there
house.
shouldn't be a reason a 6-year-old could get to a gun.
That sounds logical, but at the same time,
You
is
should
it
have it
really?
locked up.
That sounds so good.
I mean,
That sounds so
you could
good.
have that bitch out of reach. Put it on the top dresser.
Bro, when we was 6, we was getting to whatever we wanted. We was getting to whatever we wanted. If we needed a bowl for cereal, we was getting on the counter, climbing that motherfucker to get a bowl and
100%.
eating some cereal. There's no out of reach for a 6-year-old. You nimble enough, you got enough coordination at that age to reach whatever you need to reach, whether you gotta pull a chair, you standing on a damn fatback TV, whatever you got to do to get to something, you're
Like a
gonna get
rugrat.
to it. And I get the point of having a gun locked up, but I also understand why a lot of people don't have their guns locked up because
You want it quick if somebody breaks
in
in.
a life or death situation, you putting in a 8-digit code to get to your gun. I doubt that's going where you trying to find a key for a safe. You typing in 4 digits, beep 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 beep. Oh, they in that room. Okay, nah. A lot of people got that thing right next to their bed, under their pillow, in a drawer, under the mattress, wherever they have their gun. Like, no, I don't. I get it, lock your gun up, but at the same time, in a life or death situation, you probably don't want that thing locked up, especially away from you.
Yeah, no, I agree. The lawsuit was interesting because it said that the school system or the school there had documented the 6-year-old having potentially violent behaviors multiple times the days leading up to the event, and that's why she's suing.
Mhm.
How the fuck is the school gonna know if a 6-year-old's gonna shoot somebody? Like, pay her. I mean, pay her. They should pay her because she got shot in the chest.
You gotta give her something. You gotta give her something.
She should get paid. I don't know if she's gonna get the 40 mil, but like, because that is her career, and I can't imagine she would want to teach again.
I definitely wouldn't want to teach again. So I guess there is a point to the 40 mil. 40 sounds crazy, but in all reality, it's like, is it that much to somebody that got shot while we went on a wild talk about it last week, getting shot at, like you getting shot at work. Like I'm coming here to work and somebody I'm providing my service for shoot me.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think I want a little compensation for that. 40 mil, I'm not nobody to say that's too much or not enough, but I'm not mad at the number. But I get it. I get her position on it. 40 mil a lot of fucking money though.
Yeah, I mean, she should get it though. Whatever. That shit is crazy though, getting shot by a 6-year-old because 6 is young, dog. Like that's
Yeah, I mean, imagine somebody, a 6-year-old pulling a gun on you. You
yeah,
like, oh, you wilding.
yeah, buddy.
And
If
then they pull the
one of your
trigger, it's
cousins would have just
like,
fucking one of your little cousins would have just popped me for throwing a bad pass playing football, they would have been crazy, dog. Like,
take the house. Like,
that's
y'all need
nuts.
the crib, bro. I got popped.
That's nuts.
I need the crib, man.
Anything else? So you want to do random thoughts?
Pretty light week, man. We could go
Light week.
did I touch on AI last week?
The basketball player or the technology?
No, technology. I don't think I did. But have you heard these AI songs?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I heard the Kanye covers of a bunch of different songs. Yep.
So this AI shit is getting out of control. Most recently, I think was it Eminem that got a song pulled down because they was using his voice.
Oh shit. Did not know that.
But I was listening to Young Guru, Jay-Z's engineer, and he was talking about you can't copyright your voice. And if you've heard these AI songs, you can literally type in anything or rap anything, and then it'll come back as that person's voice. Gift and a curse.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you go to YouTube, they have every artist saying wild shit, rapping shit that sound like they would say it. You can't tell the difference. You wouldn't know it's AI unless it was in the fucking title. But do we need regulations on AI, and is technology moving too fast for our own safety? And my opinion is, I think it is. If somebody could just say something and then use your voice to say it, I think that might be one of the most dangerous things that could possibly happen. Because at that point, it's like, what can you prove and what can't you prove? Even back to the AI art. Did you see the when the indictments first came out for Trump, the pictures of Trump running from the police and him getting arrested by like six cops, and how realistic that shit looked?
Yep.
And the shit was trending like it was real, and it was like, this shit is kind of crazy. And if we need regulations on something, we need to start putting regulations on this AI shit, because this shit is getting crazy fast.
Yeah, I was listening to one pod, I forget what it was, but they were saying that Elon Musk and a few other people were trying to do a treaty to kind of pause development on AI technology for a few months.
They have
to figure out like, all right, let's get some regulations because this shit's a little much. Because like, if you can start using people's voices like that and make it sound like that, I mean, it's a little jammed up, man. Like there's a lot of bad shit that can come with that.
Honestly, I think it should be a harsh fine. Like, I think it might be a 5-year sentence. You use somebody's voice on AI, because you could literally have somebody say anything.
100%. You can ruin somebody's life.
You could legit, and it just the same way as somebody being falsely accused of something. It's the same thing as somebody just saying some foul shit, and you really can't come back from certain shit that's said. Like, you could say the most wild shit that I wouldn't say on this podcast, that a celebrity would say on some AI shit, and career done. They don't give a fuck, because how many people is actually gonna go back and say, oh, it was, and read and say it was fake? Nobody gives a fuck. They gonna hear and be like, oh, no, I can't fuck with that person.
I mean, people are falling for misleading titles and fake quotes on Twitter. Can you imagine if you attach a voice with that?
And then, I mean, even down to the deep fake thing. We all seen the Kendrick video, how realistic all that shit looked. Imagine you combine the money to be able to do a deep fake, have AI voice, what you could do with that power. That's literally cloning somebody damn near. You like one step away from cloning, just not in the flesh. Insane.
Yeah, AI is going to be the downfall of all of us.
Pause this AI shit, man. Get some regulations fast. Harsh.
It's pretty scary, man. It is.
Harsh.
Scary. Random thought. I don't really have a crazy random thought, but I was thinking like the other week of like, I'm glad it did make the change, but like, when exactly did bachelor parties turn into like a trip?
Is opposed to what?
Like, didn't they like? You think like if you talk to older people, like they would just do like, I don't know, like a weekend at the bar or a night at the bar?
That might be some 60, 70 shit.
Is that some white shit?
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, like, and then like also like the idea of a bachelorette party is new as well.
I could see how that's new, because they just got their damn rights, 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, I know that's new, because I used to just have the bridal shower, and I was thinking like, maybe I'm just talking to poor people, but they were like, yeah, we would just go to the bar, like, John, but now I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, well, I feel like Vegas has been famous for bachelor parties for a while, though.
We're strip clubs, period.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Take it back then. Take it back. All right, use my chair.
Use from the chair, man. Short and sweet. Till next time.